There's moose about. Oh, I look with my knee up.
There's moose about.
Cheers, Kim.
Cheers.
Welcome to the show, folks. It's going to be a good one. Wings tonight here in the Green Mountain National Forest. This is the first day, first night of a 2-week trip touring New England. Vermont, that's where we're at now, at the Hapgood Pond Campground, Green Mountain National Forest. Tomorrow we're headed up to the top of Moosehead Lake in Maine, just south of the Maine North Woods, which we're going to tell you about that when we get up to Moosehead Lake tomorrow. We're going to spend some time Maine North Woods down to the coast to see Acadia National Park. Going to spend a few days there, and over to the White Mountains of New Hampshire to spend a few days and explore that area. So I'll tell you what, it's going to be a big one, and we have no idea what's going to happen in the Maine North Woods. It's all first come, first serve. We'll talk a little bit more about that tomorrow, but for now, we're gonna have some wings and my favorite, black beans and rice. Let's dig in. You guys stay tuned. This could be really something to see. There's a little 1-mile loop trail around Hapgood Pond. This is a sweet little pond. Oh, this is a neat little trail. Well, folks, we made it to Seboomook Lake here at the very northern end of Moosehead Lake. We're just below the southern border of the Maine North Woods. This is a beautiful wilderness campground up here, very isolated. Dirt road, 30-mile dirt road.
Something like that.
30 or 40-mile dirt road to get here. Rough in parts, real rough in parts. So is it worth getting up here? Yeah, come on up. Get some isolation, get some solitude. Beautiful North Bay of Moosehead Lake right behind us. The plan for tomorrow is get up early, head up into the North Woods. There's only five single first come, first serve sites that I know about. We're gonna hit the southern ones first, see what we can find. We're gonna take you guys along for the ride, for better or for worse. Tomorrow the search is on for a single first come, first serve dispersed campsite for 3 nights in the Maine North Woods. If we can pull it off, it's going to be great. If not, it's going to be a huge disappointment. But we're hoping for the former, no doubt. So that's what's going on. Stay tuned for tomorrow's adventure. See you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Check it out. It is a gorgeous morning here in northern Maine at the Seboomook Wilderness Campground at the upper end of North Bay, the North Bay of Moosehead Lake. It is a gorgeous, quiet morning. We're gonna have some breakfast and we're gonna head up to the North Woods. This is a great little campground, especially if you're getting ready to venture up into the North Woods of Maine. Hey folks, good morning. We just left Seboomook Wilderness Camp. Had an awesome night there on the water. Just super quiet. The sky last night though, oh my God, the stars. It's like a 360-degree view, no obstructions, and all the stars were out. They say this part of the United States is one of the best skies for stargazing, and it did not disappoint last night. So here's the deal. We're on our way to the southern border of the North Maine Woods, headed to a checkpoint to get in. And like I said, we've got 5 campsites in mind. All 5 are single sites. The first 2 we're going to check out. We're going to try to get to our St. John's Bridge campsite and St. John's Dam campsite. And if those are not occupied, we're going to take either one of those. If they are, we're going to continue to head north and check out a few other sites that I have plotted out. So that's the deal. We're going to let you know how that goes, one way or another. See you in a bit. All right, folks, already on detour number 1. Elm Stream Road was flooded. They got a lot of rain here a couple days ago, and so Elm Stream is high and flooded the road out a couple feet deep. Looked like a soft bottom and a fairly long stream crossing, and no winch points anywhere to be seen. So I'm taking a detour, but we're still on track to check out the 5th St. John Bridge campsite and 5th St. John Dam campsite to see if there's anybody there. No problems, just a little detour. Check in with you in a little bit. So guys, we made it to campsite number 1, and good news, it's open. There's nobody here. That's the 5th St. John's Bridge campsite. Honor of Milo Kelly. I believe the story is a lot of times people who have come to this area a lot, their families will build these shelters and dedicate them to family members. We actually went by a site yesterday. Believe it or not, there was a cross and a grave site at this campsite near a stream. So these sites up here mean a lot to a lot of people. So there's a fire ring. Someone's left some firewood here. That's nice. Yeah, nice site, but we wanted something a little bit more secluded and off the road. Ready to go? Come on, let's hit the road. We also scouted the dam site. There's a longer access road to that. There's no one there either. A nicer site, it's more secluded. So we're gonna go for it. I see at least one big mud hole, but it looks like there may be some winching points nearby. So since we're gonna be here for 3 days, we wanna get the nicest site we can, and it looks pretty cool. So we're gonna go for it, and we'll let you know how that goes. See you in a bit. Good boy. Well, folks, good news. We hit the jackpot today. Honest to God, we did. The first 2 single sites that we came to were open. First one was a nice site. It's the 5th St. John's Bridge site, just down the stream that we're standing in front of now. Nice site, shelter picnic table, had a privy there, outhouse. It was nice, but a little close to the road. Just not as secluded as I would like. We're pulling an Expedition Voyager built for rough roads. No problem getting the camper back here. It's a home run. This site's everything that I could have hoped for in the North Maine Woods. 3.5 million acres of wilderness. There's roughly, I'm gonna say, between 300 and 400 campsites in the North Woods. Those are designated campsites with fire rings and picnic tables, but just a small amount of single sites. A lot of those sites have 4, 6, maybe even more picnic tables. Not looking for that for the next 3 days. Just wanted to be by ourselves out in the middle of nowhere. And what do you think, Kim? Did we achieve that?
Yeah, we did.
We're just below the 5th St. John's Pond. We are really out in the middle of nowhere and just loving it. We'll show you around this site, but for now I just want to say 2 thumbs up, 4 thumbs up actually on this site. And if Tonka had thumbs, he would be putting his up too, because he's free to roam this site. There is nobody around. We're going to do a little bit of exploring here. They have some ghost trains up here, old steam locomotives that they used back in the day to move lumber. And we're going to go try to check those out, and maybe to get to Allagash Falls. The Allagash River is not far from here. For out-of-state residents, 3 nights, it's just under $200 to camp 3 days, 3 nights here in the North Maine Woods. And I got to tell you, it is well worth the money. It really is. It's money well spent. You can't argue with this. I mean, we're right up against this stream. Beautiful pond up here. Haven't seen any moose yet, but we're hoping to. We've got 3 days to catch a glimpse of some moose and some other wildlife. And if there ever was a chance to see moose, why, we're in the right spot. So my hopes are high. We'll let you know. If you have any other questions that maybe I can answer about the North Woods, give me a shout in the comments below. We'll catch you in a bit. See ya. Kim, can you tell us about the 5th St. John's Pond and the old dam site that we're camped at?
Sure. The St. John Ponds are a chain of shallow lakes at the headwaters of the Baker Branch St. John River in the North Maine Woods. The flow sequence is from the upper 1st St. John Pond through the lower 1st St. John Pond, 2nd St. John Pond, 3rd St. John Pond, and 4th St. John Pond to the 5th St. John Pond. Flow from one pond to the next is sometimes called Baker Stream rather than the Baker Branch St. John River. The Great Northern Paper Company dug a canal from 5th St. John Pond 2 miles westward to the North Branch Penobscot River in 1939 and built a dam at the north end of 5th St. John Pond, so pulpwood logs harvested in the upper St. John River watershed could be floated down the Penobscot River to Millinocket, Maine. The canal and dam have fallen into disrepair, so most drainage from the ponds again flows down the St. John River. All upstream ponds, with the exception of the first, had dams to regulate discharge flow for log driving, but those dams have similarly fallen into disrepair. Moose now use the ponds, a summer refuge from heat and biting insects.
Thank you, Kim. Well, folks, day 2 here in the North Woods started out a little damp. We had some early morning rain. This nice breeze is pushing it through, and the sun's starting to come out. Looks like Kim and Tonka are working in the kitchen, making us some breakfast this
Tonka's
morning.
helping.
Peach pancakes this morning, Kim.
Yes.
Awesome. Peach cobbler syrup on peach pancakes with fresh peaches on top.
It's a peach trifecta.
And in the batter. Wow. Pretty cool. She is breezy today. The sun's trying to come out. Those are delicious. We're going to stay close to camp today and tomorrow. We're going to go out and do a little sightseeing, maybe go to Little Allagash Falls and go see the ghost trains, the old steam locomotives that were left behind in the woods up here from the timber days. From the old timber days, because they still do a ton of logging up here. In fact, most of the land is probably owned by logging companies. This is all private land that the owners work with the North Maine Woods organization, which is a non-profit organization, to maintain these sites and keep order up here. You got to check in to the North Woods and check back out when you leave. They like to know who's in here and what you're doing, which is really, we talked about this last night. You know, we're up here in the wilderness, but it kind of gives you a little bit of a sense of safety and security, knowing that the organization keeps track of who comes in and out of the woods, yeah, which is pretty cool. But we got lucky. You know, I mean, it's not all luck. If you go to the North Maine Woods website, they have a list of all the campsites. It tells you a little bit about the campsites, where they're at, how many people that the site can accommodate, how many different groups a site can accommodate. And so, you know, if you do that, you'll have a better idea of what you're getting into before you come up here. And I highly recommend that, because the area is so vast. If you just come up here blind, you could go around in circles and really never find what you're looking for. So folks, Lady Luck is still riding with us. What started out as a rainy, cool, windy, overcast Maine morning has turned into a gorgeous afternoon here in the North Woods. Since we had some rain last night, the ground is soft on the access road coming into this campsite, and since it's a fairly long road, we're gonna go see if we can see some signs of moose, see if there's any moose about. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's go see if we can find some moose tracks. So we're looking in the center of this 2-track, because that's where the moose are gonna walk. Right here, already. Not real defined. See the frog?
Mm-hmm.
Right here we have a pretty nice one.
Mm-hmm.
See it?
I see it.
Tonka. Tonka almost ruined it. Tonka, move. Come on. Go this way.
I see it.
There you go.
Cool.
Definitely a moose track. There's moose about, Kim.
There's moose about.
There's moose about. And we're just maybe a couple thousand feet from campsite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. There's one. Right there. Definitely. Right there. That's a good sized one. I mean, I don't know anything about moose. It could be a baby, for all I know. But it's definitely a moose track. Oh, yeah. Right there. See that center part, how it's a lot higher? You see the track? See this one right here? See it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's moose about, for sure, folks. Tonka track. Here's one. Right there. See it, Kim?
Mm-hmm.
Kim, what do you think's going on?
There's moose about.
Good job. You're funny. So folks, we're going to give you a tour of this awesome campsite here. The name of the campsite is 5th St. John's Dam Campsite. This campsite gets its name because this road actually was part of the dam. You were able to drive across the top of the dam on this road. And I don't know if you can see it, but this road's been built up. It drops off on either side, which you don't have a ton of flat level space on this site, but you have enough to set up a small camper. This is the end of the road, and the dam used to go across the stream, and you can see the other side where the road used to be. The dam used to go across. So the dam is no longer here, but it makes a killer campsite. As you can see, there's a primitive stone fire ring. We hauled in all that firewood yesterday. You have a primitive picnic table, no shelter, no privy here either on this site. A lot of these sites here in the North Woods have privies. This one does not. In fact, at the moment, there are no signs out at the main road for this campsite. I don't know. Someone probably maybe kept it as a souvenir. I don't know. Also here, someone has cleared out an area for a tent. So this is a great spot for a tent. And you're right there. Stream view from your tent. And of course you have access to the stream. And somebody must come here quite often, because there's a couple aluminum boats upside down in the grass here. So they must come. It looks like there's recent activity. They might have been here last weekend. Maybe they try to come every weekend. I don't know, but these are all first come, first serve. In that direction is 5th St. John's Pond. What an awesome primitive site. You couldn't really ask for much more. Long access road off the main road. You're up high on the bank. If you're not familiar with our trailer, check out our channel. There's a couple videos. We did a delivery video, tell you all about that. It's built specifically for this type of camping. We added solar before this trip, so we're making power right now. The sun is out, and we're putting power into the batteries. No way, that's too good to be true. He'd rather be on that picnic table than on this couch. Hey, we need to talk about this picnic table, folks. I'd say this table's seen some fun. A lot of fun. They're getting their money's worth out of it. It's put together with these like big old spikes. Big old thick pieces of wood too. Hey, good morning, folks. It's another absolutely gorgeous morning here in the North Woods of Maine. We're headed out on a little excursion. Another great night last night. This morning we had a surprise guest. What did he do?
We're up to zero.
Oh God, we had a surprise. Talk is wound up this morning, and we're trying to keep him occupied so I can do this intro. But beautiful big golden eagle flew into the camp and perched itself on top of a real tall spruce just across the stream from our campsite and sat there for, oh my God, he was probably there, what do you think, Kim, about a half an hour?
Yeah. He
was up there, and just a beautiful sight. I remembered to bring the binoculars this trip, so I was able to check him out. We were able to check him out real good, and we got a little bit of footage of him. Last night, I think I got some footage of some moose up on St. John's Pond. I don't know yet. I won't know until I check the footage when I get home, but pretty sure we got some moose action. As soon as they heard the drone coming, they took off, and I was a few hundred feet in the air too, so real skittish. But we saw moose tracks yesterday. I think we got some moose footage, but it's a gorgeous day to explore the North Woods of Maine. We're gonna try to, like I said, get into Little Allagash Falls and then over to see the ghost trains. So we'll catch you guys later. Folks, we hit a snag already this morning. Had a bridge out. We had signs for it, but you never know up here. Some of these signs are old. The bridge could have been fixed, but we got there and it was really bad. I mean, real bad. No chance of crossing it. Huge steel I-beams spanning this creek, but the deck is it's just shot. We had to backtrack a little bit. There is another way to get to where we want to get to today. We just turned on this unimproved road, but honestly, so far, it doesn't look too bad. We'll see what happens. There's a bridge here we're getting ready to cross, and it says narrow bridge, and I'll tell you what, we're gonna have to check this out first because it does not look too good at all. The tread planks look bad. The cross timbers don't look too bad. The bridge we came to that was closed, not good. This one's not bad. I mean, the tread boards are shot, but the cross beams, the cross timbers don't look too bad. You take your chances up here, guys. You really do. You're on your own. It is gorgeous, though, I have to tell you. This is some of the most unbelievable wilderness and scenery that I think I've probably ever seen. I mean, I've seen some nice things, but this is just on a different level. It's the fact that there's so much of it up here. That's the mind-blowing part. Well, folks, we're gonna have to cut this excursion short today. Our second route ran into another snag. The road just got too tight, and we have a long way to go on that road too. So, you know, it's one of those things. It takes a while to get from point A to point B up here because, you know, these roads, you can't go that fast, and you may run into unexpected problems like closed bridges, and so we're just gonna stay a little closer to camp. We are gonna, you know, drive around a little bit. You got to keep in mind your gas situation though, because you got to make sure you have enough fuel to get out of the woods and back to somewhere where we can buy gas. Still going to be a great day. The sun's out. What more can you ask for? Everybody's happy. Everybody's healthy. We've had no accidents yet. Hopefully we don't have any accidents. And we got to see some wildlife and some more moose tracks back there where we had to turn around. It is what it is. See you in a bit. Kim, cheers.
Cheers.
It's been an awesome 3 days, 3 nights here in the North Maine Woods.
Sure has.
Burgers look awesome. What's this? Spicy mac and cheese. So folks, listen, if you like to camp, you gotta get up here to the North Maine Woods. How about it, Kim?
Yeah.
We didn't get to do what we wanted to do today, but we still had a ball. It was still an adventure. It was bridge day, which is ironic because my wife Kim here is a licensed bridge inspector in the state of Pennsylvania, and she did not want to go across any of these bridges at all. But I talked her into it, and she spotted me, and we were fine. The bridge inspector said no. Tonka said go, she said no. They were sketchy.
The ducks were bad.
We're gonna enjoy burgers. We'll catch up with you guys down on the coast of Maine near Acadia National Park at a hip camp, and we're going to tell you all about that when we get there. So
See you tomorrow.
See you when we see you. Folks, check this out. We're in Greenville, Maine, at the southern end of Moosehead Lake. Seaplanes are a big thing up here with all these ponds and lakes. If you want to go for a airplane ride, I think we found the place to do it. That's cool, man. That is really cool. I wish we had time to do something like that. Collection of old outboards. Kim and Tonka survived the North Woods. Tonka had a good time in the North Woods. We all did. How about it, Kim? It's fun up there. Folks, we made it to the Maine coast. We're here on Taft Point, Flanders Bay. You're probably wondering why the Voyager is set up next to this Maine coastal house. This is a hip camp. A hip camp is very similar to an Airbnb. If you own property that you think would be suitable for campers and you want to open it up to campers, you join Hip Camp and they do all the advertising for you. The name of this hip camp is Starry Night Farmhouse. Now, this house, no one's living in this house right now. In fact, the proceeds from campers are going to the restoration of this coastal Maine farmhouse. I got to tell you, this is an amazing sight. We are right on the shore, just beyond the house, and through the trees on each side is Flanders Bay. It's gorgeous. Already saw a moose down at the shore this morning. Heard some snorting in the woods last night before I went to bed, and I'm like, man, that's awful loud for deer, and it's not. It's moose. So a little more about this site. This is not going to be the cheapest hip camp that you find. It's $125 a night, but we're minutes away from Acadia National Park, Bar Harbor. Given all that, the price, you know, you get what you pay for. Kim, what do you think of this place?
I love it. It's beautiful, right on the coast.
Yeah.
Spacious.
Yeah.
Pretty level.
Privacy.
Lots of privacy.
Plenty of privacy. We're at the end of a dirt road that comes down Taft Point Road. We're at the very end. There's no traffic. The owners of this property live just up the road a little bit as you come in. There is a porta-john provided by the owners of the property, so you don't have to worry about that. And they can provide you with some fresh water if you need. So it's pretty cool. And they'll sell firewood too if you need firewood. There's a campfire ring down at the beach along with a picnic table. And there's a campfire ring just up there in the woods a little bit. So wherever you want to have your fire and cook or eat or just hang out, you have your choice of that too. So we're just really pleased with this site. Let's get to it. See ya. Grassy path leads right down to the shoreline. Look at him cocking his head while I'm walking out here. He has no idea what's going on. Did you see that?
He's like, you're walking on water.
Beautiful day. Beautiful breeze. folks, we made it to Acadia National Park. We're up here on top of Cadillac Mountain, and it is a breezy, foggy day, to say the least. It's about 10 a.m. Yeah, not much to see off of Cadillac Mountain today, but it's still a neat area, and we're going to roam around a little bit and take some shots. There's still some things we'll be able to check out, but we won't be able to see too far off this mountain. So yeah, we made it. That was the goal, one of the goals of the trip, to make it here to Acadia. And the lower elevations of Acadia aren't too bad today. It's not the greatest day. It rained this morning, but you got to take the bad with the good, and you have to make reservations to come up here on Cadillac Mountain. So you got to go when you got to go. Let's check out Cadillac Mountain and Acadia National Park. Kim's holding on to her hat for dear life. Hi, Kim.
Hello.
Well, folks, here we are at the Thunder Hole area of Acadia National Park. This is what Kim really wanted to see. What do you think, Kim?
It's awesome. Love it.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. Beautiful. It's nice and cool, nice breeze. A good day to go sightseeing, not too hot. What do you think, Tonka? Oh my, he's something, isn't he? He really is. We love him. Tonka's having a good time. This is his longest trip ever. It's this huge boulder field right here on the coast. I believe, if I'm wrong, don't be afraid to tell me in the comments below, but I think these are granite boulders. I believe over there in the distance is Otter Cliff. All right, folks, we made it to the top here at Otter Cliff. What do you think, Kim?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Crazy.
pretty neat, huh? You can hear a buoy, sounding buoy out there in the distance. It's beautiful up here. Today we're headed north on Highway 1. We're going to search for a fly spot along the coast where somewhere we're not going to bother anybody. I think I have a road. I think I found a road that'll take us down to the coast here farther north where we have public access to the coast. And then we're going to go back down to the Acadia National Park, and we're going to try to visit a lighthouse that Kim would like to see. Kim, tell us a little bit about the lighthouse you want to visit today.
The lighthouse is Bass Harbor Lake Station, and it is on Mount Desert Island on the southwest side.
Awesome. So hopefully we'll get down to see that. We don't know what this day is going to hold. Also, we're going to try to pick up a couple lobsters, Maine lobsters. Today, when the day is done, take them back to the camp and grow up some lobster. And if we can accomplish all of this today, it's going to be we'll call it a win-win-win. So follow along and let's see how our day goes. Check it out, guys. We are in Lubec, Maine, the easternmost town in the United States, settled in 1785. Folks, we're at Moose Cove. Moose Cove is a public access area just north of the town of Lubec, Maine. It's about a 500-foot walk from the parking area down to the coast. We're going to go down there and see what we can see and see if we can get some great shots of the northern Maine coastline. Let's check it out. Happy Labor Day, everybody. We got the flags flying today. So not only is Maine famous for its lobster, it's also famous for its wild blueberries. And we're here at Wild Blueberry Land. Let's check it out. Hello. So Kim, what'd you get us?
I got us a Maine blueberry pie, a whole pie.
A whole Maine blueberry pie.
Yes, a jar of Maine blueberry syrup.
Nice.
And some freeze-dried blueberries to throw in pancakes.
Cool, and we had some Wild Maine blueberry ice cream sandwiches. And they were really good. Okay, let's hit it. You ready? Folks, it's another gorgeous morning here on Taft Point, and Kim's whipping us up an awesome breakfast of Canadian bacon, hash browns, and cheese omelets. It looks delicious, Kim. We had a great day yesterday, but we didn't get all our winds in. We found an awesome fly spot at Moose Cove. We had a great time there. Yeah, we didn't get to the lighthouse, and we didn't get the lobsters grilled. So we've extended our stay here at Taft Point. Yeah, so today we're going to try to hit the lighthouse and pick up those lobsters to grill. We had an awesome time. I think the problem yesterday is Kim spent too much time at Blueberry Land.
Me?
No, we had an awesome time. That blueberry pie, we tried it last night. How about it? Awesome blueberry pie.
It was pretty darn good.
Can't wait to have it again. I'm glad we bought the whole pie. Can't wait to have it again tonight with the lobster. So stay tuned, folks. See if we can get 2 more wins in today before we leave Taft Point. Is that good for you? Oh, can we eat now? All right. Thanks, Tonka. Well, guys, we made it to the Bass Harbor Lighthouse. There's Kim and Tonka up there. I'm down here on the rocks. Let me give you a shot of the lighthouse. This is called the cliff view of the Bass Harbor Lighthouse. Sure is pretty today. It's a gorgeous day. And I'm glad we finally got down here. This was on Kim's list of things to do. Hopefully on the way back, we're gonna find a couple big lobsters to take home and grill. Have ourselves some lobster and corn and blueberry pie for dinner to finish off our stay here on the Maine coast. So guys, we picked out a couple lobsters to take back. Just boil them a little bit, like parboil them, so we can grill them later. Okay guys, ready when you are.
Okay. And number 29.
There they go.
Go ahead.
So we're just gonna do them for a little bit.
Yeah. Get them ready for the grill.
Now I've seen a lot of lobster roll places and lobster places, but I haven't seen any with this setup. Is this kind of unusual?
Been doing this since 56.
Since 1956?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
And it's kind of the old traditional way.
Yeah. Same family since 1956, folks.
That's right.
Right on the water. That's our boys right there, folks. Awesome. So, ma'am,
Yes.
if you would, tell me again, what's the best way to finish these off on the grill?
Just split them in half and take garlic butter, fill the body cavity with that, and put it on the grill medium heat for about 8 minutes.
That's it.
That's it. That'll be delicious.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for your help.
Come see us again.
Will do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Kim.
Hello.
We are finally doing lobsters on the grill.
Yes.
It's taken us the whole trip here in Maine to do it, but we're finally getting it done.
Yep.
But it has to be done. We can't leave here without grilling some lobsters. Whole lobsters, not just lobster tails, whole
Right.
lobsters.
That's right.
Step 1, get yourself a cold beer. My wife got some Bahaba Summer Ale. Crack her open. Now, this isn't for the lobster, this is for me. Cheers. Then I'm going to stop saying Bahaba because that was probably offending some New Englanders. We love it up here and we love you folks. You've been nothing but kind to us and we really appreciate it. Everybody's been so nice. So from now on, I'm going to say Bar Harbor. Bar Harbor Summer Ale. Awesome beer. So this is our first time doing this. Maybe we'll get some laughs. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll cry a little bit too. I don't know. First thing you want to do is we want to split these completely in half. That's the goal here. So here goes nothing. I'm going to do it samurai style. Oh, nice. That's not too bad. Nice sharp knife. Easier. Turn it around this way. And giving this guy one splitting headache. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. So as you can see, she's not fully cooked. That was a pretty nice cut, actually.
Yeah.
For the first time.
That went very well.
Very well. You liked that, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Got to get the grill ready, and we're going to put them on. Wow. That's all I got to say, huh, Kim?
Wow, yeah.
First of all, cheers, Kim. Wow, thank you very much for helping.
We did it.
Yeah, I think we did it. We don't know yet. We haven't tasted it yet, but oh wow, we've been talking about this the whole time we've been here. We got to grill some lobster, and here we've done it. I think. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, right out of the shell. Don't need any lemon. Don't need anything.
Wow, that's really good.
Anybody who's watched my channel knows I love to grill. And this is the first time we've ever grilled lobster. But if you ask me, a little smoke, a little char makes everything taste better, including lobster. And if you're looking for a place to camp and you want beautiful scenery and you want seclusion and privacy, you got to try out this hip camp. And that's Starry Night Farmhouse in the woods on Hip Camp. Lily, who is the owner of the property, is a wonderful host. She has a ton of local knowledge. Her goal is to make sure you have a good time here. And she's done that. I can't thank her enough. Thank you, Lily. Kim, thank you too for helping to make this trip possible, because they're not easy to put together.
No, they're not.
And the blueberry pie that we bought at Wild Blueberry Land, killer. That's going to be a welcome dessert after this. Very good blueberry pie. So we had these on the grill for probably 10 minutes, you know, 5 each side. You want to do the flesh side first and then turn it over, baste them, and let it steep in the butter. And wow, again, how about it?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Awesome. Tomorrow we leave here and we're headed over to New Hampshire to spend a couple days at Big Rock Campground in the White Mountain National Forest. This has been an awesome trip so far. What a great way to finish off the week here on the Maine coast. And our host Lily said that when you're done with your shells, throw them in the water, you'll feed the small critters.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we're going to do.
That's pretty cool.
Folks, it's an absolutely gorgeous morning here in the White Mountain National Forest of New Hampshire. We're staying at the Big Rock Campground. The Big Rock Campground gets its name from this gigantic rock right behind me. It's a small 20-site primitive campground on Route 112 between Lincoln and Conway, New Hampshire. There's potable water here and vault toilets. That's about it. Mostly tent sites, but there are some sites you can get small RV on. This is the last stop on our journey. We're going to be here today all day and tonight, and we're going to go for a little ride here in the White Mountains and see what we can see. So let's check this out. Folks, we're here at the lower falls on the Swift River. This is actually a swimming area. The water is crystal clear. Look how clear that water is, folks. That's right, you're in the mountains now. Got some guys really enjoying the falls. awesome. This is a great spot. Folks, we're at Seboomook Falls Trailhead. It's a short hike back to Seboomook Falls. This is our second waterfalls of the day. We like waterfalls. Who doesn't like waterfalls? Let's go check this out. This water is unbelievable. Look at that, crystal clear, beautiful. What do you think, Kim? It's a winner, right?
Beautiful.
Beautiful, crystal clear, mountain stream. Amazing. We're going to take a walk up to the top of the falls and see what we can see. Hey Blossom,
Hey Chip.
how you doing?
I'm doing good.
What do we got in the bucket?
We've got some chicken wings.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Yep. Our last camp dinner of the trip. All right, folks, we're going to tend to these wings. So Kim, White Mountains today. We only had one day. We just went up and down the road really in front of the campground.
Yeah.
Big Rock from Conway to Lincoln.
Lots to do.
Went down to Conway to the ranger station, got my pass for the rec areas because all these, the high value sites are like $5 a piece, but go get a pass for $5 and play all day. But went down there and got that and started back up. Stopped everywhere, and by the time you know it, it's time to eat dinner. And gorgeous, these mountains, the streams.
Lots to do in 30 miles.
Yeah, so that's just one road in a day. Nothing like wings over a campfire, folks. Kim, thank you so much for putting all these meals together for us.
You're welcome.
It's been a blessing. Well, folks, we're wrapping it up here in the White Mountains. We're going to get ready to take it to the house. Kim's whipping up a special departure breakfast, Wild Maine Blueberry pancakes. Kim, where'd you get these wild blueberries at?
Blueberry Land, of course.
Blueberry Land, awesome. So folks, we hope you liked this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to, and we'll keep these videos coming. Until next time, see ya.
See ya.